Hi guys, my name's Lexi and I am 23 years old from Liverpool in England, and I am a chronic UTI sufferer. So my journey started back when I was 16, 17 and I had multiple UTIs over and over again. I would go to my GP for help and get the standard 3, 5, maybe 7 days if I was lucky worth of antibiotics. I kept getting UTIs over and over again, and it got to the point where my GP told me I was just prone to getting UTIs, and that was that. I had to live with it. A couple of months down the line, I had my first lot of scans, ultrasound scans, which showed absolutely nothing. I got referred to a urologist who looked out for kidney stones and did more investigations like CT scans. Again, they couldn't find anything and discharged me with no help whatsoever. I then moved on to see a pain specialist because I suffer from nerve damage because of the infections. They found absolutely nothing again, and this doctor told me that the pain might be all in my head because I could walk into that clinic. I drove there, and the clinic was for mainly people who were recovering from serious accidents, learning to walk again, learning to talk again. And because the pain wasn't affecting my abilities, even though it was affecting my daily life, he felt like I didn't need any further help. Anyway, that made me feel so insecure about going to any other doctors. I felt like I was going to get judged for speaking about how I felt. I felt like it was going to impact my further treatment. Anything I said, they might look at that report and see that I was fine, that I looked fine. But the point of a chronic UTI is that it is an invisible illness and you can't see what's going on inside me. I might look fine, but we're not. So I moved on to see gynaecology. They literally laughed at me and said that I shouldn't be there. I moved on to a urogynecology team who did give me further investigations like urodynamic testing, a cystoscopy, which again found absolutely nothing. They then put me on long-term antibiotics. I come off the antibiotics to see if it made a difference. I would just get UTIs throughout this whole time because nothing worked. It wasn't the correct dose, it wasn't for long enough, and it wasn't going to cure anything. So it got to the point where all they could offer me was bladder installations, which are given to interstitial cystitis patients, but they told me I didn't have interstitial cystitis. So I wondered why they were giving me this medication, why they were going to give me these bladder washers. But anyway, it was the only option I had, but things got halted due to COVID, of course. So I was left for literally a year in the dark, no contact with any consultant, any hospital, any doctors, and my symptoms of what I now know to be a chronic UTI just flared up to the absolute worst. I had burning every day, I had bladder spasms, I had fatigue, I had bladder pressure which felt like a bowling ball about to fall out of me. It was affecting me mentally as well. I was so emotional because no one was listening to me. I was in so much pain. I just didn't know what to do. Nothing was working. No painkillers would take away the pain, and I was just a mess. And I felt like there was never gonna be any help for me. Chronic UTIs took some of the most important days away from my life. At my brother's wedding was the first time things got serious. I was 19 years of age and I ended up going to a little emergency unit in the middle of my brother's wedding because I was in so much pain and literally couldn't sit at the dining room table. I just had an infection, again got given antibiotics, and I spent the night in the bathroom, vomiting in and out the bath, sitting on the toilet, getting into bed and back and forth all night long until I finally fell asleep. I was in hospital a couple of days before my university graduation. I thought I wasn't going to make it to my graduation. It has stopped me from going out, it's stopped me from making life choices, it's made me think 10 times more than the average teenager, young 20s person. I've had to change my life completely because of this illness, because my initial primary care providers never understood, never listened to me, or mistreated me in the beginning, and this could have all been helped. So it took an emergency A&E trip last summer, so 2020, for me to take the leap to find a chronic UTI specialist. So I started my Instagram page called Undiagnosed Drama to share my story, to find some help, to see if anyone was in the same situation as me. And I found the whole chronic UTI community, and I literally just related with everyone. I then found a team at Harley Street, but I was really reluctant to start treatment with them, but my A&E trip just pushed me over the edge, and the next day I booked my appointment. So I saw the team in October 2020, and within 30 minutes, 1 urine sample, I was given a diagnosis and started treatment immediately. Them doctors literally saved my life. So I'm 9 months into treatment now. I have only been on 1 antibiotics the whole time, which is cefalexin, alongside Hiprex, which is an antiseptic medication. And 9 months later, symptoms are minimal. I have a few flares now and again, but this time last year I couldn't get out of bed some days. Now I'm in full-time work. I'm able to do whatever I want, eat, drink whatever I want, and not have to worry as much as I used to. Obviously, it's still in the back of your mind. Chronic UTI does change you. You're constantly worrying, you're constantly thinking about the consequences of every action you do. But I am on the road to recovery. We are trying to raise as much awareness as we can by doing little videos like this, putting out fact videos, sharing things like the professor's book. All of that just goes to the effort of getting chronic UTI out there, getting it to the GPs, the A&E doctors, getting it to standard urologists so that they can understand the condition more, not just palming off interstitial cystitis on people, but actually taking chronic UTI seriously, giving them the right treatment, because they're literally the antibiotics that we've been on from the beginning. It just needs to be the correct dose and for the correct length of time, and we could be in recovery, which is just absolutely baffling to me because all the answers are right there in front of us. I just want to point out a few little things to anyone who is suffering out there, who may think they have a chronic UTI or similar situation, that first of all, the pain is not in your head. Your pain is valid, whether it is a 10 out of 10 for you, whether it's a 1 out of 10 because you've dealt with more pain before. Unfortunately, the pain is not in your head. It is real and it can be fixed. Number 2, there is a big, massive chronic UTI community here. You are not alone. There are so many women and men who are going through the same thing, who know what you are dealing with. There are doctors out there who can help you, doctors who can give you the right treatments, specialists who will listen to you, who understand what you're going through, and are just like superheroes to us. There is so much information out there which can be conflicting about the topics surrounding interstitial cystitis, chronic UTI, painful bladder syndrome. There are so many people out there who are selling pyramid schemes, who are going to give you this magic pill that'll fix everything, the IC diet which will fix everything. Please do your research. Please don't get drawn into all of this straight away. The part of raising awareness about chronic UTI is to raise awareness about all aspects of it. But thank you for listening to my story, and thank you for letting me be a part of the Bladder Chronicles. It is such an amazing platform to listen to everyone's stories. I am always more than happy to answer any messages, DMs over on my Instagram, Undiagnosed Drama, and I share so much more information about chronic UTI over on there, any helps, tips, tricks that you may need. Thanks for watching.